Brandon Turner, Pace Morby, and myself. Which is the best mentorship for you in 2025? Shorter answer is me by far. I'll explain why. So I've been investing in real estate for about 45 years. That's 43 years, okay? I don't like to exaggerate, but maybe going on 44. 43 years. I bought real estate before both these guys were even born. Now, they run a lot of commercials saying, oh, you got to be a part of this. It's just so important, you know, why aren't you already involved? And the fact is, what do they have to offer? You know, many people don't look very deep, and, you know, and shame on you for not looking deep. And if you look, they kind of thrive on young, gullible folks, in my opinion. You know, many people comment, Pace doesn't even like to talk to an adult because he gets questions he can't answer. And I've seen the worst advice I've seen has actually come out of Pace. Brandon I don't know particularly well. One of the reasons Brandon got on my radar is he's been advertised more very recently. And I know he was a Bigger Pockets host, right? And so for what I gather, and listen, I'll have either one of these guys or both on my show anytime. But the fact is, I'm on the people side, right? I'm not another bullshitter. I'm not another podcaster that relies on endorsing each other. And these guys have been in a number of deals where they actually are on together. Listen, I'm a competitor, okay? I'm a competitor. Okay, I'm not here to backslap and say, oh, you're great, Brandon. Oh, you're great, Pace, or vice versa. You know, it's just absolutely silly. And so, like, you know, you can see, you know, what I say is, you know, you've heard that, you know, thick as thieves, you know, that sort of thing. And I'm not saying they're thieves. I'm not saying that, but there's a problem with when you're competing with each other. Do Coke and Pepsi put shows together and talk about how great their sodas are and, oh, your soda's great? No, your soda, of course not. Of course not. But I think the common issue is why these, you know, influencers are, you know, supposed gurus, I don't think either one of them are particularly smart, is that they have nobody else. They don't really have any real high quality history, right? They don't have the credibility, so they rely on each other. That's why you see all these real estate gurus constantly on each other's show. It's a way of qualifying each other's credit where there is none, as far as I'm concerned. Look, I'm here to explain why I'm better than you, why I'm better for the people that are wanting to get informed and to learn, okay? And first of all, I always start off with, you know a good teacher by their students, right? And my students are becoming millionaires, multi-millionaires. Just on my page, you just go look at my page, look at success stories, right? FlipAnythingUSA.success, and what you will see is success, what I define success. People that make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, multi-millions, okay? I have all that, and I've only been teaching for the last 3.5 years, but I'm an investor. I'm a real investor. I've been doing this shit like I say, over 40 years. Makes a big, big difference. That's why guys like you see Shane here making $350,000 in like his first 2 years. You know, Eric here, well over $1 million, $1.5 million, $800,000 on a single one. Realized cash, right? Rich, 34 years old, got his first baby. He's already multi-millionaire, just under, you know, he's made over $1 million. I don't like to, you know, he's probably made $2 million, but I'm just going to say he's made over $1.3 million now. And cash realized, rolled it into other assets, just like me. These guys are getting richer faster than I did because they have me as a mentor, somebody that actually did it fairly quick, but did it the hard way, right? Hard knocks. So listen, if you just get in here and you truly are interested in learning about how to make money in real estate, I want you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Number one, hit that subscribe button. You don't want my channel to get away from you. Listen, and I'm going to explain why. Just in a nutshell, every one of these assets you see here in this map, right here, look at, they're all close by. They're all in my neighborhood. And guess what? I bought every one of them by myself. I found the deal. I made the deal. I bought and sold. I took the profits and rolled them into other ones. And the other thing, because these are the things that these guys don't show. Look, there's apartment buildings, made millions of dollars on apartment buildings. I own those 3 apartment buildings. I've sold them industrial buildings. I made over $1.5 million just on that one industrial building. And, houses, houses everywhere, right? Houses, office buildings. These are all houses here. I've got houses where I've bought 1/10 of the entire subdivision. There's a 20,000 square foot industrial building next to a 4,000 square foot school, next to about a 20,000 square foot office building. I still own all of those. And look at, everything's close by, right? Everything's nearby. This idea, there's a restaurant that I bought in the next 4 houses alongside of it. Bought all of those, properties right off the freeway, beautiful commercial properties I have, and so you'll get there, right? So I teach you how to make money immediately, as fast as you possibly can. I get you to the quickest, most lucrative spots in your area, okay? That's why having a good mentor is so important. So let's talk about some of these guys. Let's go back to these guys, right? These guys here, right? Pace and Brandon. So Brandon got on my radar because all of a sudden Brandon's saying how I went from 3 million to 1,000 doors or 10,000 doors. How much? 11,000 doors, right? Well, that's a great, that already smells, right? Why would you say, I went from 3 million to 100 million. I went from 3 million to 50 million, right? You know what I mean? So it already smells a little bit. Why would you say it? And this is what I surmise from what I've heard Brandon say. Basically, he was on Bigger Pockets. He interviewed a lot of people that have made money in real estate or supposedly have made real estate. I'm not crazy about Bigger Pockets, to be honest. It seems like just a concentration of people that want to sell stuff. Big deal. Okay, so he's interviewed these people. And then I guess he went on a show, or he was on the Bigger Pockets show, and he started promoting, what's it called, son? Brandon Turner's thing? For promoting the fund. Yeah, look up Brandon Turner Fund. Anyways, this fund, I'll tell you what the name of it is in a minute. Anyways, so, what is it? Open Door Capital. So, but if you go to Open Door Capital, go to Reddit, the reputation is shit by the people that are talking about it, right? I'm talking about the people that talk about it. So it sounds like he's extrapolating. He went from owning $3 million worth of real estate, which, look, I got a house worth $3 million. He went from talking about having this house, or from having $3 million real estate, I don't think it was a house, to all of a sudden having 11,000 doors. Well, it's like saying going from owning PepsiCo, right? Because you have stock in Pepsi. Well, he's got a piece of, I guess, Open Door Capital, and I may be wrong, but explain to me, because he's explaining why you got to learn from him, and it's so great, in his promotions, like, oh, you got to get a part of it. I'm going to teach you how to do this, how to go from $3 million in real estate to 11,000 doors. But if you go to Open Door Capital, the people that have gotten in there, they're pissed off at Brandon, many of them. They're upset. They said they got in this thing, no return. In other words, there's one in there on Reddit, said they fell 40% shy of their projection. How do you fall 40% shy of your projection? That's a gross mistake. And the deal is, if you make a mistake like that, why on earth would anybody trust your judgment to teach them how to make money in real estate? Now let's go back to Pace. Pace has said some of the stupidest things I've ever heard anybody say. Equity comes, equity goes, but the cash will always flow. Like, equity doesn't matter. He says, bring me your low equity deals, or bring me your low or no equity deals. Listen, that is ridiculous. Now, that sounds like music to somebody gullible and not very bright with real estate. Ooh, wow, I can make money with no equity? Well, no, I don't believe you can, actually. Or peanuts. Okay, you can make peanuts maybe. If you want to make peanuts, go ahead. But what I'm trying to say is those kinds of statements quickly reveal how little you know, and the other thing is vague. Both are extremely vague. Like I say, I'm very, very specific. When I show people why they should have me as their mentor, I'm very specific. I have fantastic testimonials. Many people that have made over $1 million in my class. And, of course, many people have made much less, but people that have made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, even multi-millions. So it's a huge contrast, huge difference. And so I beg for comparison, and I want you to compare. If you really want to make money in real estate, you better take time to do your due diligence, or you will 100% get burned. You need to take a look at the mentor you trust or you want to trust. You need to look at their history. You need to look at their testimonials. And listen, go to Sub2. Go to sub2.com. I'm inviting you to go to Pace Morby's sub2.com. Go right now. Go take a look at it. Go look at the testimonials. Watch a handful of my testimonials that you see here. Flip Anything USA/success. Then go to Pace's. I think it's sub2.com/success. And take a look at it. I watched 90 minutes of stories, and not one of them, at the time that I looked, not one of them spoke of a specific amount of money that they made, and most of them basically has made nothing. They were just excited to be in the class, like 45 seconds of, gee, I just got in, and I'm really excited now. Man, Sub2, man, it's going to be great, I'm sure. That's a testimonial? Are you kidding me? That's the worst. So anyways, so let's go to some of the people writing in here. Hey, Joseph, good to see you. CEO, go. Huge corporate wholesale companies suck. Keep hedge funds out of single-family home space. Okay. Lifeversity wrote, hey, Tom, how long do you wait to drop price when selling it? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Life. CEO, the returns halted as well with Brandon Turner and Grant Cardone's. Yeah, so listen, I can understand that maybe briefly during, the big hoax that we had to deal with, the Rona. Yeah, and Cephal said, sounds like bring me your weak and tired and poor manipulated into marketing. Interesting. Yeah, so, but, listen, I am 100%, I know I am probably the most ethical, most transparent mentor out there. And the reason I do it is because I actually have a great record. I actually have a great history. I actually have all the real estate chops and the stuff that you would want from somebody to help guide you through your path. And you'll see these guys. When you get in my class, you'll meet these people. All these people you see here, you'll meet these people. All people all over the United States making money in real estate. And that's what you want. Not this, hey, let's pitch in on an earnest money deposit. EMD, that's not even a thing. All of a sudden, it's like, Pace has got thousands of people excited and talking circles around each other, in my opinion, that are going nowhere. And that's why, if you see Pace, and I got a little playlist below, in the links below, go take a look at it, watch these things. Pace, I've seen him tell stories. Where's that bunny story? He's got a bunny story. Tells with Jerry Norton, I think. I don't even know about Jerry Norton, to be honest. Jerry Norton's another one. The only money I see anybody that has made, and I may be wrong, but the only money that I've seen, I know this is true, are like people he gave a $10,000 check to for a referral. I mean, that's a joke to me. That's a joke. That's a referral. You want to go join a course so you can get a referral? Yeah, look and see. Equity comes and equity goes. That's Pace. Okay? Anyways, where is it? Let's go to Pace Morby Bunnies. There we go. Yeah, watch this video. Go watch this video right here. It speaks volumes, right? They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Watch this, and you will see Pace. He's a guest with Jerry Norton on one show, tells a story. Then he's a guest with Graham Stephan. You guys want to watch it right now? We can watch it right now if you want. Russ wrote, hey, Tom, working on a sub-2 deal right now. $190,000 loan. Home is worth $700K, but the guy wants a 7-year lease back. See, yeah. So listen, I've actually done a sub-2 deal. But the sub-2 deals get this. And they used to do this in the 80s, right? I've been around a long time. They used to hype lease options like, oh, it's just the easiest way in the world. And what's the commonality between like a sub-2 recommendation or a subject to as opposed to a lease option? It sounds like something you can do with very little money, right? It's like you can do it with very, very little money, right? Just tie it up in a lease. Okay, very, very. It's much more complicated than that. But it gets promoted as something that's so easy to do, so it gives hope to the individuals that don't have any money. And and here's the thing. When I interview and I talk to somebody to get into my class, what do you think I ask about? I ask them, how much money do you got in the bank? How much do you have? Typically, I want to know the state of the person that it wants to get in my class. If they seem like a dipshit, if they're a dummy, if they're just somebody that is not serious, even if they have money, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want a goofball in my class. I don't want a third grader in my high school class, okay? I don't want, you know what I mean? But, and I just interviewed somebody just recently, and they were actually talking about Pace Morby, one of Pace Morby's salesmen. Guy didn't care anything about it. He said, you're the first person to ever ask about, can I afford it? They said, all I've ever been asked is, can I afford the course? Can you afford the course? Can you afford the course? And then when they say they can't, they say, well, what can you afford, right? In other words, you know, it's just so silly. It's all wrong. Look, I am only interested in people that sincerely want to become wealthy and people that can become wealthy. And if you come in and I talk to you, you might have great potential, and don't even try to guess my criteria for you being a good fit, because it ain't all about money. It's really about common sense, good attitude, and work ethic. And like when I see a young person that's saved maybe 20, 25,000 in their early 20s, I'm impressed. When I see somebody that's 50, 60 years old and they don't have two nickels to rub together, I think, man, you got problems I can't help you with, because you've screwed up along the way here. I don't understand. Unless you've been in prison for 40 years, I don't know. But what I'm saying is I'm looking for people, you know, that have saved $25,000 to $1 million, okay? $25,000 to $1 million, and you want to learn about real estate, you're probably golden in my book. You know, if you're in your 20s and you have 25,000, or if you're in your 30s and you have, you know, maybe $50,000, okay, then you qualify more than likely if you save that money, right? In other words, if you've had the discipline to save money, then you have a discipline that will serve you well in becoming a great real estate investor. And then you can end up being like the people in my class, you know, the people that have made hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars. And that's what I want for you. And again, if you just got here, please hit that subscribe button. I've been a real estate investor for over 43 years, and I really want to make this a great year for people in real estate, for people new to real estate. I don't care if you're already a millionaire, got a couple 100,000, or if you're young and you just want, like I started at 19 years old with nothing, truly nothing. I mean, I put $500 down deposit. That's actually how I made one of my first deals. And look and I got a webinar, man, this Thursday. Most important thing you can do is sign up for the webinar. Also, get my book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. It'd be the best $10, $20 you ever spend. You can buy it on Audible, and I'll read it to you in 3.5 hours. But this is serious for serious people. Look at up here. You can go to apply for mentorship. Let me show you here. Apply for mentorship on the screen here, or you can sign up for the webinar here. You know, there's multiple places how to get on my email list. Just get on, but sign up for the webinar. That's probably one of the easiest things to do. Very, very easy, right? Very tiny little form right here. Sign up for that. You're not going to have a salesman. I don't have salesmen, right? I don't have salesmen that I pay a commission to oversell or to misrepresent what I do. I talk to everybody. You don't get in my class unless you talk to me. You're not getting in, okay? Because only I can approve you to be in the class. But if you're not, listen, if you've got money, if you've got kids, listen, $1 million isn't shit. That ain't going to put your kids through school. If you got 3 kids, forget it. And don't think, remember, you got to retire too. So you got to set a higher standard for yourself. And so if you want to get ahead in 2025, let's do it. Don't, listen, I say this all the time to my students, easy to do, hard to undo. You make a mistake, you can screw yourself for the next 10 years. Imagine getting into a shit course, and then you go to need help, and you're not sure, you got something you think you should do it or you might not, and then you call up, and then you get somebody that doesn't know shit about real estate telling you, yeah, man, go for it. You know what I mean? Because that's the guy you're talking to. You're talking to another student that doesn't know shit about real estate. So I'm sincere in this because I want you to make money. I don't, listen, I've never had to take advantage of anybody or screw anybody, you know, in my whole life. You know, now I'm not saying that I haven't gotten some fantastic deals in buying and selling real estate. Certainly I have. But I'm not going to misrepresent anybody, especially somebody young that's trying to get ahead, or somebody that's older, that's got kids that they want to put through college. That's not going to be my legacy, right? And believe me, you can go into Reddit and you can just read all kinds of shit about all kinds of gurus of all kinds their reputation is shit, but people just don't look deep enough to find out about it till it's too late. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Let's see, CEO, I don't indulge in real estate YouTube since beating analysis paralysis. Commercial wholesaler here. Tom is the only person I would ever pay to learn from. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thanks, CEO. Yeah, anyways. So look, anybody got any questions? I got some of my students in here, many of them regular followers. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you're new, don't miss out. Listen, obviously, listen, Ryan Pineda, there's a young man that is, multiply, and all these guys, by the way, Ryan Pineda, Grant Cardone, Pacemore, they're all together. They visit each other, they talk to each other, they endorse each other, they talk, it's again, that's not who you want to endorse. You don't want another YouTuber endorsing a YouTuber and letting that be your excitement. You want it to be from the people that have actually made some money. You want to see this, right? And this is what I would challenge you to do. Go to Pace Morby, go to Brandon Turner, and say, show me the properties that you made, all the properties you made $100,000 on. Show me all the properties you made $500,000 on. You personally. You know what I mean? In other words, because I don't see any experience there. I don't see it. At all. And so what are you going to do if you're learning from somebody that is not what they say they are, right? I'm not even going to say that that's them. But, it just, you have credibility, you flaunt it. You show it. Look at these properties. I've made millions and millions of dollars on these properties. And look how close they are to each other, right? In other words, everything is nearby. And so look at, I made this. This is in my, this is like from 29 to present. And, but you go back to when I was, a young kid, over here in California. This is in my 20s, right? In my 20s, I bought over 100 properties, right? This is what made me my first million. And it was when I started out in California, out in this desert dump, and it is a dump. Now this place where I started, there is more crime here in this area than Compton, right? Compton used to be the worst, scariest place. Now it's like it ties with second and first with where I came from, right? Say straight out of Compton, straight out of Lancaster, okay? And I've been to Compton too. And in fact, I was looking at buying a property. I got a hell of a story to talk about that too. But you can see these are the first properties I bought when I was a youngster, right? I bought this property when I was 19 years old, 5,900 square foot commercial industrial property. That's probably why I love that property so much. All these properties you see around that, I bought all that. That was when I had no credit, right? I was too young. I was 19. I didn't have any credit, right? But I got houses. I got land. I got property out here. I made, this is back in the 80s. Made $130,000 on 10 acres out here in the desert. I made $350,000 on. Cost me $35,000, right? Owner financed a deal, turned it, flipped it, made $350,000 out here on 70 acres, right? This is the power of real estate. This is what can be done. So anyways, and I apologize if I'm boring some of the people that have seen this a million times, my regular followers, but this is I'm trying to get new people. I'm trying to get new people here and get you on the path to making money. You get started, I don't care if you're 30, 40 years, not too late. 50 years old, not too late. I got 50-year-olds that come in my class that have made $1 million after 50, right? Didn't know shit about real estate, I'm telling you. And they made $1 million, okay? And more, some a little bit less. But it's a wonderful thing when I see a guy, my age, that is just learning about real estate, and within a few years, he's got more cash in his bank account than he ever has in his lifetime, okay? I can back this up. You'll meet these people. And this is the kind of credibility that you want to see. And listen, I'm a builder. I've built houses. I've built big buildings. I've got a construction background. I have 200,000 square feet of rentals right now. I have industrial, commercial, offices. I have land. I have buildings. I have food park, trailer parks. I've had everything that you drive by every single day, and that's the kind of person you want, somebody that can help you with the stuff that's around you. I bought property that has become overpasses. Look here. I've been through eminent domain. When you've been around a long time, Look at, see this property here? Got that overpass? City took my property from me. And when you can anticipate where there's growth going into an area, let me tell you, you can make a ton of money. I've done that. This is one of that. This is one of those deals I did back in like when I was about 26 years old. You know, so like I say, this kind of experience, you know, there's no way to get it. It takes decades. It takes decades to get my experience. It really does. And you know, but you get the benefit of it when you get in my class. And I really, really sincerely hope you guys really make 2025 your year to shine and make a ton of money. But if you're doing the same thing over and over every year, you know, if you know, it's just like if you're, you know, work out in a gym, you know, or if you know, whatever, if you're, you know, trying to lose weight and you keep doing the same stupid shit over and over and you get no result, you keep getting fatter every year, you got to change it up. You got to find something different. Let's see. Somebody here, Zephanol or whatever, I can't read your name. Sorry, buddy. What sort of money do you think you should have ready to successfully get going? Listen, I started with nothing, so it's really not fair. I'm not going to say you can't. Listen, get my book, and you can make money with just my book, too. Don't get me wrong. But you know, hey, the more money you got, it's easier to make money with money. It is easier to make money with money. But here's what's great for everybody. You can get a rich guy and a poor guy. Neither one of them has the deal. The guy that has the deal tied up, he's the one that's going to make the money. Because he can go tap on the rich guy and say, hey, you want to buy this? And we'll both make money. Half of what he would have made if he had money, or he can get a hard money lender, and maybe he'll make 90% of the deal because he's got to pay some money to the hard money lender. But that's the thing. I started in the beginning. First deal I was able to make on my own because I got an owner finance and I got some really good creative financing in place, and I'll share that with you. But the other thing was after that, you know, I relied on a partner. I had to find a partner that had money. But after I did about 5 deals, next thing you know, I had, you know, $60,000, $70,000 of my own, and then I started flipping and making, you know, 50, another 50, and then hundreds, and then, you know, I didn't need anybody anymore after that. And that's where you can be. You 100% can be there, and I sincerely hope that you will trust me enough to look deeper. I want you to compare me to these guys. I want you to compare me to Pace Morby. I want you to compare me to Brandon. I can tell you that when it comes to talent, these guys don't come close to me. When it comes to experience, they don't come close to me. When it comes to making money on individual deals, neither one of them will come close to me. But I invite you to compare. I don't think, but like I say, and look, there's little playlists here. Watch these videos on Pace. Watch these videos on Grant Cardone. Watch these videos on Brandon. You know, if you don't, you're foolish. If you're going to hand money to any of us, you're foolish if you don't check us out. They're saying, you know, a fool and his money are soon parted. Believe me, if you're too lazy to check into the credibility of the people that you're going to hand money to either invest with or to, or to learn how to invest from, if you don't do your due diligence, you 100% are, you know, maybe there's a 99% chance you will lose your ass. Maybe you'll get lucky, but you have to do your due diligence with people. You can't trust. If you do, you know, you're just foolish, and you're probably not going to get in my class if you're foolish anyways. Brolio says, hey, Tom, it sounds like your audio is pausing every, are you hearing that, son? Is it good? Nah, yeah, sorry, Broliosis. We monitored more than one spot, and you know, it could be, I'm not saying it's not bad in your area, but there's nothing we can do about it. I can't pause, but I appreciate the heads up on that. We'll check it up after the show. We'll listen back to it. Anyways, so anybody got any questions? Anybody new here? You know, all I'm going to tell you, you folks that are here for the first time, number one, and I know I'm pushing it too hard here, but hit that subscribe button. But go to Flip Anything USA. Also, Leo's in the class too, and you know, go to flipanythingusa.com. Get on my mailing list. You're not going to get. Go get on these guys' mailing list. Go get on Chris Crone. Chris Crone's another one. Let me tell you, Chris Crone claims to be a mentor. I don't think he knows shit about real estate. But what I see with Chris do is he's just looking for emails, right? And then he has sales guys, and you get tons of emails. And then pretty soon he obviously sells the email mist. It would appear to me, because I see all kinds of crazy shit coming to me, and I can tell by the name that it's a shared email list. So, anyways, real quick here, when selling a house, how long do you wait to drop the price? Man, Liveversity you need to watch. Get my book. You would know that. It's called Leapfrogging. I don't waste any time at all. I just bought a house, I don't know, about a month and a half ago, and I sold it. I had it sold within a month after purchasing it, and I made $70,000 or something like that. I bought it for $320, and I sold it for $400 or $399. And but I bought 3 houses also prior to that, in 3 or 4 months before that, or 6 months before that, and I'll make over $100,000 on each of those as well. The thing is if you don't get started, it's never going to happen for you. You got people that go to college. They spend $100,000 to get an education to make a $70,000 a year job. You're not going to get rich that way, but you will get rich with using the money whatever money you have, using that money, from whatever skill you have, parlaying it properly into a piece of real estate, and you control the reins. Forget about it. I'm not asking you to invest with me. I don't even want you. I'm just telling you, I want you to invest for yourself. Make some real money, and then when you get older, you can, like me, I've got all these properties like this, right? Little retail center right here. It's got a vape shop, it's got a karate store, it's got a hair salon, it's got a tattoo parlor, it's got a veterinary one in this one. This stuff is everywhere. These kind of assets, I get hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in rent, right? And I can buy a house every month from the income that these properties produce monthly. I can buy a house every month, okay? Or I can just sit there and sit on it, and then pretty soon I get enough and go pay cash for a building or a big down payment on another bigger building. This is what you got to do. So I really, I want to say thanks to you students that have already signed up here in the last couple of weeks. You're going to have an amazing 2025. You're going to become very smart. You're going to learn things you never knew about, never even thought about. And by getting into my webinar this Thursday, everybody can do it. Anybody wants to get in, go to the webinar, 7 p.m. Central, and you'll be talking to me live. And I am going to give you a very quick and fast tour. You're going to know without a doubt that you found the right place. You're going to find that I'm the most experienced, most transparent, I'm going to say the most ethical of anybody out here on YouTube. And anybody want to challenge me on that? Man, let's go. Let's go. Let's just have a transparency contest. Pace, Brandon, anybody, Grant, I don't care, anybody. Let's have a transparency contest. Let's compare records of success. Let's find out what the value is. What do you bring to the table that's so important? I am totally unafraid. It's a wonderful thing, and the people that find me know that very, very quickly. And you wonder why I don't have the biggest and best channel. Is because the YouTube squashes me, because I also have a big mouth politically. I say how I feel about politics, and they got and YouTube kind of has crushed me over the years on that. But it doesn't matter. People are finding me, and it doesn't matter. And there's a new sheriff in town, and things are getting better in the USA. And I want everybody here to be a part of that and to learn from that. And so we're going to. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys this Thursday, 7 p.m. Please don't just sign up. Even if you can't make it, sign up, because you'll be on the list and you'll be notified when I have one on a Saturday, or we'll make other. And by the way, you as long as you get in there, you get on that list, you can have a free consultation with me, right? I also consult. Also, by the way, you can have a consultation with me for like $250 for 10 minutes, but you can have them for free with me if you sign up and get on the list. So, hey, looking forward to seeing you guys Thursday. Talk to you soon. You want to learn how to make millions of dollars in real estate? I've made tens of millions over my lifetime, and I'm showing people how to do it. Get in my free webinar. I have it every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. Go to the link below, flipanythingusa.com/webinar. Sign up for it. You can talk to me face-to-face if you want. Don't waste any time. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You don't want to miss my channel. I've been doing it for years.
And listen, time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go. It's the best thing I ever did.